meeting. Okay, so to me, this appears to be an expansion of government intended to find currently nearly non-existent problems to be cured by more expansion of government. I see this as the federal camel's nose in the tent. And I was wondering if Mr. Swagger could come back up if he is available. There he is. Oh, good deal. Thank you very much. I'm looking at the first page of the resolution. It says, whereas the city of Sierra Vista desires to progress in eliminating any identified impediments within the city. And I believe that is too broad. These broad terms have to be tempered, or broad policies implemented have to be tempered by property rights, rights of association, legal immigration status, and so on. Now I'm going to turn to page number 4 of our draft. And I'm reading here about 4 paragraphs up from the bottom of page number 4. And it says, to initiate a complaint with the Arizona Attorney General, et cetera, a person must complete an intake complaint form delivered to the Attorney General, and then gives the Attorney General's address, the state Attorney General's. So it appears to me that these regulations having to do with the city are redundant with safeguards already in place through the state Attorney General's office. And then on page 6, in light of fair housing legislation passed at the federal, state, local levels, I'm reading under fair housing defined, and it says fair housing is a condition, et cetera, regardless of race, et cetera, sexual orientation, or any other arbitrary factor. So one of the things that I always wonder when I see this term sexual orientation is, does this include any and every sexual orientation that might be claimed or imagined by the most perverse psychopath?
First of all, let me say I am not an attorney, so I'm talking from a layman's point of view. The language that is in that analysis of impediments is language that has been used in other jurisdictions to the same effect. Now, we've got 3 issues on the table. The last one about the sexual orientation and whatnot is, again, language that is commonly used. It refers, and I don't know how far you want to take it, but certainly this is a standard procedure for this. These are backed up by federal, state statutes. So that's, all I can say to that score. In terms of the reporting to the state attorney general, there are various mechanisms. One can go straight to HUD if one wants to. One can call the fair housing officer here in Sierra Vista, and they will be referred to the appropriate mechanism for intake on this. So there are various avenues. In fact, a person can obtain their own attorney and go and file a claim or a case court. So there are multiple avenues for people to pursue fair housing complaints. Does that answer that issue?
No, but that's okay. That's about what I expected. Here's the other one. It says, any other arbitrary factor. Now that seems extremely, ridiculously broad. So I was wondering who defines arbitrary?
That I do not know. I will be quite frank with you. It is language that I believe was taken from a statute at some point. Whether it's the Arizona statute on fair housing or the federal, I do not know at this moment.
Okay, well, I think those are keys to actually coming up with a definition. So, Mr. Mayor, I'd like